Thumbs up. So we are Facebook Live for our meeting. I'll call this meeting to order, and we have a lovely crowd here this evening, so always delighted to see you come into our board meetings. We will first start off with a Pledge of Allegiance. We'll follow that with an invocation by Alderman Vaughn, and then a moment of silence. If you would, please stand with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alderman Vaughn, if you would, please, sir.
Good evening, Heavenly Father. Good evening, Lord Jesus. Good evening, Holy Spirit. Good evening, Heavenly Family. Almighty, all wise, all knowing, all powerful, all seeing, hearing, understanding God. Father God, as again as a few your handmaid servants that you allowed the people to elect, Father, this mayor, vice mayor, and this board. We pray, God, that we in our heart that we will find the truth, because the truth set us free. We pray, God, that you will bless us in all our decision making, Father God. Let our decision making come from you and not ourselves. Father God, we thank you, we praise you, we honor, we glorify you. We thank you for all the achievements that you allowed us to make. Now 25 is a different year, Father. We pray that you just bring us down to 25 with good, wise decisions that come from you, not from ourselves. But we thank you for guiding our mind and directing our thoughts, Father God, to please the city of Starkville, to please our constituents, most of all our taxpayers. God, we thank you so much. We love you, God, but we can't love you as much as you love us. You love us so much that you gave your only begotten Son, that went out on Calvary and died for the sins and the sickness of the world, died that we all can have eternal life. When this life is over, an abundant life while we're on this earth, if we accept you as our personal Savior, God, we can live again. We thank you. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
All right. Again, thank you all for being here. We do appreciate it. We've got a fairly special night going here this evening, but the first thing we need to do is to approve the official agenda with the consented items, and I do want to note for the board that the agenda has changed from the work session to include an executive session for potential litigation. So that will be the only change that will be referenced from our work session when we took it up. Do I have a motion to approve the official agenda? Well, let me see here. Do we have any changes? Alderman Moore?
No, ma'am.
Alderman Sistrunk?
No, ma'am.
Alderman Skinner?
No, ma'am.
Alderman Brooks?
No, ma'am.
Alderman Poker?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Vice Mayor?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Alderman Vaughn?
No, ma'am. Thank you,
All
Mayor.
right. If not, could I get a motion to approve the official agenda with the consented items? I have a motion from Alderman Brooks. Do I have a second?
Second.
I hear a second from Alderman Poker. All right, no further discussion. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, it is unanimous, and I will now read the consented items. First, we have consideration of the minutes of the September 12th, 2025 work session of the Mayor and Board of Aldermen of the City of Starkville. We have consideration of the minutes of the September 16th, 2025 recess meeting of the Mayor and Board of Aldermen of the City of Starkville. We have consideration of the minutes of the September 23rd, 2025 special call meeting of the Mayor and Board of Aldermen of the City of Starkville. Under board business, we have consideration of the reappointment of Georgia Lindley to the sole applicant to the Oktibbeha County Heritage Museum Board for a 3-year term ending March the 1st, 2028. We have item C, which is consideration of appointing Kirby Mills, the sole applicant, to the Starkville Airport Board for the term ending December 31st, 2027. We have D, which is consideration of denying the request to amend the approved infrastructure plans for Clark Grove Phase 2 to remove the improvements from Lot 75 HOA Community Green Space. Under the airport, we have request approval to accept the ARC MS 22473 grant offer in the amount of $956,400 for the Regional Emergency Response Center at George M. Bryan Field, and authorize the mayor to sign all documents. That, by the way, is a notable agenda item to the extent that we are getting a very large grant to benefit our airport. So that is a wonderful thing. Under Community Development Planning, we have consideration of the final plat, FP 25-06, a request for final plat approval for Crossroads District Subdivision at 808, 810, and 812 University Drive and 801 Russell Street in an SE and T-5C zoning district. Under Engineering, we have consideration of approving a summary change order with Hannon LLC for the Lampkin Street Miggs Avenue Curb Extensions Project in the amount of $6,807.60. 2 is consideration of accepting the public infrastructure of Portico Subdivision, Phases 1 and 2, located north of Garrett Road and west of Old West Point Road. Under Finance and Administration, we have item 2, which is request approval of the 2025 Municipal Compliance Questionnaire. 3 is consideration to accept the lowest and best bids received for October 1, 2025, September 30, 2026, source of supply listing for the Starkville General City and Sanitation. 4 is consideration of approving the Title VI non-discrimination agreement with Mississippi Department of Transportation, Title VI compliance resolution. 5 is consideration of entering into an agreement with Tyler Technologies to transition ERP Pro 10 and Municipal Justice 9 software from self-hosted on city servers to cloud-hosted by Tyler Technologies. Under the Fire Department, we have request authorization for Fire Marshal Mark McCurdy to attend the Arson Investigators Seminar in Orange Beach, Alabama, in that this seminar is necessary for continuing educational hours, CEUS, in maintaining his certification at a cost not to exceed $1,200. Under Human Resources, we have request authorization to hire Anthony Hines as a water technician for the Utilities Department. Number 2 is request authorization to hire Kadisha Jones as a closed-circuit television CCTV sewer technician for the Utilities Department. 3 is request authorization to hire Abigail Caraway as a full-time aircraft lineman, FBO, in the Starkville Airport Department. 4 is request authorization to transition Marco Lofton and Marcus Smith to full-time sanitation workers in the Sanitation Environmental Services Department. 5 is consideration of disciplinary action recommended by the Sanitation and Environmental Services Director Chris Smiley as a result of IA number 09172025 for a Sanitation and Environmental Services employee. Under Information Technology, number 1 is request approval of yearly renewal of a fiber and network professional services agreement with Garner Communication Services for the amount of $12,000. Number 2 is request approval of a yearly renewal with Mitel VoIP telephone support and licensing for the sole source price of $8,606. 3 is request approval of the purchase of 5 police department cameras from Security Solutions for the lowest quote of $21,260. Under the Police Department, we have request authorization to accept a 100% reimbursable fiscal year 26 Mississippi Homeland Security grant up to the $22,705 in the area of police emergency equipment. B is request approval to purchase the Skydio X10 vehicle unmanned aerial system with its associated hardware, perpetual software, and cloud-based software from Granite Defense Technologies at a cost of $23,273 per the attached sole source quote number Q-00247 in that Skydio meets the Homeland Security requirements for future adherence. Under Sanitation Department, we have request authorization to advertise for bids for the purchase of 3,000 rolls of garbage bags for fiscal year 26. Under the Utilities Department, first we have consideration of accepting the low quote from Donald Smith Company, Inc. for Henderson Well 200 horsepower motor rehab in the amount of $8,238. 2 is consideration of accepting the sole source quote in that they are the same brand and sole dealer in the area from Westco Annixter, Inc. for 192 2S meters in the amount of $56,394.24. 3 is consideration of accepting the sole source quote in that is the current software used for the CCTV system from WinCan for VX Expert license annual renewal in the amount of $5,300. 4 is approval of Neil Schaefer as a consultant for engineering services for the Curry Street water tank painting and repair authorization to execute an engineering consultant contract and authorization to advertise for bids. 5 is approval of low quote from Hemp Hill Construction Company, Inc. for the influent lift station volute and stand replacement in the amount of $57,950. 6 is consideration of accepting the low quote from Bill Young for Academy Well electric butterfly valves in the amount of $12,670. 7 is consideration of approval of change order number 1 for a price increase of $341,332.65 and a contract time increase of 23 additional days for Ditch 1 alternate sludge removal for the Ernest E. Jones wastewater treatment plant aeration improvements project. 8 is consideration to declare the purchase and repairs from Magnolia Pump and Equipment and emergency impeller repairs on influent pump station number 2 in the amount of $19,930 in that the broken impeller was discovered after taking the pump offline to replace the seals. Immediate repairs to get the lift station back online would be detrimental to the health and safety of the public. And 9 is consideration of approval of change order number 1 with Hemp Hill Construction for a price decrease of $57,950 for the Influent Lift Station Rehabilitation Project. And that concludes the consent agenda items.
Thank you, Mayor.
Certainly, I'm always happy to do that. All right, so next we move into announcements and comments, and we're going to spend a little time today. And first, we're going to start with Ms. Hardman. This is her last board meeting with us, and this is going to be the opportunity for us to say thank you to her for all her years of service. And they have been extensive, and she has been extraordinary. And so we appreciate it, and we are all very grateful for all you have done to keep us straight and on the right path. We'll put it that way, because that is exactly what you have done in that city clerk's office. So I understand that you might want to have a quick statement to the board, and you are certainly welcome to do so.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Board, I just wanted to thank y'all for the opportunity 13 years ago and the trust that y'all placed in me. From my estimate, I have worked in the past 28 years as a clerk. I've worked with 5 mayors, 37 aldermen, 4 city attorneys, and I can't even count the number of department heads and directors that I have served with. Everybody had different personalities and different goals, but everyone I've worked with, their goal has been to serve the city that they were elected in. So I want to thank y'all all for being willing to serve as elected officials. I have seen from the backside how difficult it is, and thank you all for being willing to do that. To the department heads and fellow employees, I've made a lot of memories over the years. It's a little difficult to step out of my comfort zone and to go out into retirement world and do everything that I've got planned, but I would just want to thank y'all all for your service, and because of people like y'all, cities can thrive. And this city is thriving because of y'all's leadership. And I just wanted to thank y'all all for that.
Thank you so much. All right. Next we have, let's see, I've got a little list going here. I've got employee introductions. Let's do those. And so we can move through that process. First we have fire department. And we have a whole lot of fire department, but they're not here for this introduction, I don't believe. I think they're here for something else. Chief, let me go ahead and introduce Ian Carmichael. Mr. Carmichael joins the fire department as a non-certified firefighter. He brings valuable experience from his 2 years of service in the National Guard Air Force. Thank you for your service. Where he achieved the rank of Airman First Class. His background has equipped him with practical skills and the disciplined work ethic that will be an asset to the fire department. As a non-certified firefighter, Ian will support our certified firefighting team while completing the training required to achieve full certification. He is originally from Seminary, Mississippi, and is currently attending Mississippi State University, where he's pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, with an anticipated graduation date of December 2028. He's been married for 3 months to Mia Carmichael. In his free time, he enjoys hunting, fishing, gardening, reading, and cooking. Welcome, Mr. Carmichael. We're delighted to have you. Next, we have Sarah Watkins with the municipal court. She is a deputy court clerk. She was originally from Columbus, Mississippi, and is a graduate of Hoover High School. She's set to earn her Associate of Applied Science degree from East Mississippi Community College in December of 2025. That's not that far away. You're almost done. Sarah previously served as a deputy court clerk for the city of Columbus, bringing with her a strong background and valuable experience in municipal court operations. She will support the municipal court department by performing a variety of clerical, cashiering, courtroom, and administrative tasks in accordance with Mississippi laws and local ordinances. Outside of work, Sarah enjoys spending time with her daughter, Claire Payne. She's excited to continue learning and plans to pursue formal certifications in court administration to better serve the city. Welcome. We're happy to have you. Then we have Beth Thurman, Permit Services Tech in the Community Development Department. Beth brings 25 years of administrative experience and a strong track record of professional service to the Community Development Department as a Permit Services Tech. She's originally from Amarillo, Texas, and holds a Bachelor of Applied Science in Business Administration from Wayland Baptist University. She's going to provide administrative and permitting support to the building, planning, engineering, and code enforcement departments, ensuring that all permit applications, plans, and licenses are properly processed and compliant with city regulations. She's She's been married for 42 years to David Thurman. Together they have 3 children, 8 grandchildren, and in her free time she enjoys reading, sewing, and spending time with her friends and family. We welcome you. So delighted to have you. And last but not least, we have Andrew Rogers, who I can vouch can help me hang pictures. He's very good at picture hanging. He is the Building Inspector Permit Services Technician in Community Development. He's originally from Pontotoc, Mississippi, and is a graduate of Itawamba Community College with an Associate of Arts in General Studies. He's married to Haley Rogers, and together they have 1 cat and 1 dog. Joining the Community Development Department as a building inspector, Andrew brings valuable experience. He's excited to combine his experience with the new skills as he grows in his role and contributes to this department goals. He will be conducting on-site inspections and review construction plans and ensure compliance with building codes, safety regulations, and zoning laws. The dual role position also involves administrative tasks such as scheduling inspections, maintaining records, processing permits, and providing customer support. In his free time, he enjoys playing disc golf and working on his carpentry skills. The 2 of you might find yourselves on the disc golf course together. So, welcome, Andrew. Happy to have you. All right. Check it in the box. So, we have, let's do the fire department. We have a Lifesaver Award. Chief, would you like to come forward? I'm going to set a little bit of this up because, unfortunately, the Life-Saving Award is coming from a fire that occurred on properties that I manage. And so 110A Logan Street had a fire one night, and it was a pretty serious fire. And I was very sorry we had the fire, but I was very delighted it was our fire department that was responding to it because they were extraordinary, and that included the admin folks as well as the firefighters. So I appreciate all of the attention that was received in that. So Chief, I'm going to give the floor to you, please.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor. Thank you for this Board of Aldermen. Thank you for this opportunity to present this award to these young men who demonstrated, put forth an extra effort. On the evening of September the 12th, 2025, around 9 p.m., the Starkville Fire Department was dispatched to 110 Logan Drive, Apartment A, for an active structure fire. When firefighters arrived at the home, it was already engulfed in heavy fire and smoke. Amid the chaos, it was discovered that a victim was still trapped inside. Without hesitation, our firefighters pressed forward, entering into extreme danger with one mission in mind: to save a life. On the 2nd floor of the burning home, Lieutenant Greg Cochran, firefighter Morgan Fishel, located Mr. Ronald Prather, unconscious and in immediate danger. With extraordinary courage, they pulled him from the fire and brought him to safety. Once outside, the men and women of the Starkville Fire Department, along with Pafford EMTs, immediately began life-saving care. Because of their bravery, skill, and refusal to give up, Mr. Prather survived, and today he is expected to make a full recovery. Tonight, we honor these heroic actions. It is my privilege on behalf of the Starkville Fire Department to present the Life-Saving Award to Lieutenant Greg Cochran and firefighter Morgan Fishel. Will you guys come forward, please? But as every firefighter knows, no rescue is accomplished alone. The life saved that night was a result of the entire team working together under dangerous conditions, each person playing a critical role. Tonight, we also recognize those that made up that team for their dedication, professionalism, commitment to duty. The following firefighters will be awarded the Meritorious Service Coin. I'm just going to call their names and we'll give them the coins later. Training Chief Brian Arnett, firefighter Mark McCurdy,
Stand up.
Fire Inspector Jonathan Wade. Stand up, guys, please. Captain Justin Edwards, he's not here tonight. Lieutenant Ken Britt, Lieutenant Taurus Young, I don't think he's here. Lieutenant Tyler Davis, Sergeant William Fenimore, Sergeant Keelan Humphreys, Sergeant Annabeth Robinson, Firefighter Chance Noel, Firefighter Tyrone Robinson, Firefighter Yakov Weinstein, Firefighter William Turner, Firefighter Stephen Miller, and Firefighter Joseph Phillips. They will receive corn. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in recognizing these firefighters, not just for their heroism on September the 12th, but for their daily commitment they make to put their lives on the line every day for the citizens of Starkville.
Sorry to interrupt that. I didn't realize we had a second phase. My apologies. All right. Well, that is a lovely way to start a meeting, I tell you. And we have a last but not least for me, I'm going to highlight the energy workshops, the Starkville energy workshops that we'll be having. And Mr. Kemp, I'm reading it directly from this, so if I mess it up, it's because I can't read or the flyer is wrong. First, it's on Tuesday, October the 21st from 6:30 to 7:30 at the Griffin Chapel Methodist Church, which is down here at 213 West Main Street. And then Wednesday, October the 22nd, we have from 9 to 10 a.m. at the Community Center Police Department. And then again, 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. at the Community Police Department. And then, and lunch will be provided. I read in the small print, lunch will be provided to all participants during that lunch hour, I guess. So is that during the 12:30, 1:30 time? Okay, so everybody's going to show up from 12:30 to 1:30 for lunch. That'll work. And then again, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. This is again on Wednesday, October the 22nd. 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Sportsplex Annex, 405 Lynn Lane, and then again 5:30 to 6:30 at the Sportsplex Annex, 405 Lynn Lane. That's all on Wednesday. And then one last one on Thursday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. at the Discovery Center, which is at 1504 Louisville Street. So all of those will be times that the energy workshop will be available. And I think we've gotten really good results from that. I think we've had feedback that the energy workshop has been very helpful to our residents. And so hopefully this is another opportunity. There is a little, a swag bag that you give out that helps people. Okay, let's be more specific. We have an energy savings kit that is very helpful in sealing windows and giving you additional assistance in that, and it's all explained in the kit, right? All right, thank you so much. All right, I believe I've talked enough for the evening, so Alderman Moreland, anything?
No, ma'am.
Alderman Sistrom?
I'd just like to encourage anyone who's not been to one of the energy saving workshops to take an opportunity and go. You will learn a lot, and it's really beneficial. And encourage anyone you know who may be struggling with managing their utility bills to attend.
Okay, thank you. Alderman Skinner?
No, ma'am.
All right, Alderman Brooks?
No, ma'am, thank you.
All right, Alderman Pocock?
No, ma'am, thank you.
Vice Mayor?
Mayor, very briefly, Mayor, I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to say a few remarks. And Ms. Harden, let me just say that I must take this opportunity to say a few things very brief about you. You and I have worked very closely. We've enjoyed a very professional employee relationship. And I remember when you came to this city almost 13 years ago, you brought some very immaculate credentials. When you arrived here, you were, at that point, in my opinion, ready to be employed as city clerk at that time. But we've been very fortunate to have you here, and we, as the mayor clearly indicated, and I'm not trying to go behind the mayor, but you and I have worked very extensively. You've done a very great job, and I have really enjoyed working with you. You have really brought a very valuable amount of work in all of your and experience in all your different arenas in which you have worked for our city, and we have certainly seen some great assets and benefits from your complete service to our city, and we certainly going to miss you, and we wish you the best in all of your endeavors, and you have left a great legacy here and a great mark. And the Vice Mayor is going to really miss you. I always have referred to you as the city clerk, chief financial officer. So I know great things have to come to an end, and we respect your decision to move on. And just been a great almost 13 years of working with you, very close. And thank you for your great personality, your high level of professionalism that you displayed at the city at all times. So thank you, and I'll be with you for one last time on Friday. Looking forward to meeting with your mom and dad and saying hello to them. But thank you again. I took this moment to do this publicly only because you and I have worked very close in my role primarily as vice mayor and long-term alderman. And I need to say this publicly. You know, we just need to take the time and give you those words of gratitude. Mayor Yield, thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Alderman Vaughn?
Got one thing to say. Thank you for keeping us out of jail these 13 years.
Thank you, Alderman Vaughn. All right, and I did miss one other thing that I want to pat us on the back for. We just got lucky. The Mississippi chapter of the American Institute of Architects awarded the Needmore community, I announced it at the work session on Friday, 2 awards. AIA awards are among the most prestigious in the industry and celebrate architecture's impact on shaping our communities. And so the project was awarded a Merit Award for Design Excellence, for design integrity, contextual appropriateness, innovation, and effectiveness in addressing the stated design challenge. And the project was also awarded the Samuel Mockabee Spirit of Architecture Award, family of the late architect who was a noted architect whose work championed elevated standards among the South's rural populations. And so we were selected for both those awards, and so I think that's worth highlighting again. So anyway, all right, now I really will shut up. All right, so that gets us past announcements and comments from the mayor and board and to citizens' comments. And now is an opportunity for anyone wishing to speak. We do have a public hearing a little bit later on. This is not that. So this is more an opportunity for subject matter that is not related to the public hearing. You have 3 minutes in which to share your thoughts, comments, and compliments. We'll take compliments too. Mr. Turner, always lovely to see you.
All right. Good evening to the mayor and board. My name is Adam Turner, Ward 7. To the mayor, to the police chief, to the fire chief, to sanitation. It been dawned on me that Lucifer is loose, and he began to target churches, shooting unnecessary. It bothers me that we have some churches that is not as close as First Baptist with the police department right across the street. They are concerns of we never know what Lucifer do next. And if police department could try to help these churches on what to do, what to look for if someone has an evil intent. Also, panhandling. We're getting into the dangerous time of year, and with everything that's going on, people are very nervous of what they can trust and what they cannot trust.
Thank you, Mr. Turner. Anyone else under citizens' comments? Anyone else? Anyone else? Ms. Precinct?
Evening greetings, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Alderman, and City Attorney. Candy Precinct, Ward 1, Alderwoman Ward, Moreland, and
Hilda Dees, and I am from Senator Strutt's ward.
we are here tonight. We've got something to talk about, and it's going to follow suit to what's already occurred. We're representing OSERV, your Octagon Starkville Emergency Response Volunteer Services. We have 3 platforms that we address consistently. One,
as I affectionately describe it, we are the first responders' first responders. We're there to address any of the disaster victim needs. Another platform we address, and this includes all of you that are city employees and all of you that are community residents. This is all encompassing to everybody. The second platform, we do life saving so neighbors can really help neighbors and be prepared through CPR, BLS, and first aid classes, and this is our amazing instructor. And thirdly, another thing that is mostly needed, because every 3 seconds someone needs blood. So we sponsor 3 blood drives a year. And this past September, on September the 10th, we had our second annual First Responders Blood Drive. This was a competitive blood drive. Your 8 troops team competed. That included MedStat, Mississippi Highway Patrol Troop G, the MSU Police Department, the Starkville Police Department, the Starkville Fire Department, Octavia Volunteer Fire Department, Octavia Sheriff's Department, Pafford EMS, and MedStat EMS. And each one of them said, yes, we are in, we will compete. And like I said, this was the second year, and man, was the bantering going on as we continue the month-long drive towards the culmination on Wednesday, September 10th. And there's, just as Taylor Swift says, we are absolutely, excuse me, I get so tied up in these things. We're absolutely crushing it here as far as neighbors helping neighbors and communities supporting those things that make sure everyone is serviced and protected. And Ms. Dees has a little bit of information as just what was the final culmination of this day. Take it. Everybody knows, I think, or I hope, the importance of blood. So we take it very seriously, and we are very proud of the results from the September 10th drive. And that was largely due to our 8 first responder groups who brought in tons of people that added to the units that we were able to gather. But we had 60 units of blood brought in a 6-hour period with 2 blood mobiles there. So that is just wonderful. I have to read to you what the blood collectors said to us. I wanted to personally thank you and your staff for all of your hard work and dedication to the September 10th drive. Vitalant has been trying to get back to collection totals before COVID. Not only did you exceed that, you had the best drive you have ever had with us. 60 units of blood. Y'all are amazing. So we were so very pleased with that result. Now, I also have to tell you that we have blood drives 3 times a year, January, May, and September, and the last one was September, this past September of 25. For those 3 drives, totally, we collected 156 units, and knowing that 1 unit can service 3 people, if all the blood had been utilized that we collected, we would have positively affected 468 people. So we are very pleased with our results there.
Well, wait a minute, who won?
Coming to that,
Oh, okay,
glad you
let's
asked
get on to it.
Mind you, I said this was competitive. Another way the community crushed it, I would go to people and say, we have cash awards. Will you be a part of this? Everyone jumped in and said, how much? What a response. Aeropods, Bank First, Brian McCaskill State Farm, Brown, Langston and Taylor, Campus Bookmark, East Mississippi Lumber Company, Fastnet with 4 County, Gilco Inc., Larry E. Mullins, CFP, and Mitchell Eye Care. If any of y'all, I know these are in some of y'all districts, please shake their hands and say thank you. And the way they sponsored this year, not only did we have a first prize, but we also had a second prize this year. What a way to say
we want to invest back in our community. Now, to answer the mayor's first question, the first place, knocking the socks off of things with employees of 16 participating and 10 community fans. Chief Howard, can you stand up, please? Now, this has been presented before, so don't be surprised he doesn't look real surprised. Okay, this will be in the foyer of the police department, and with it comes bragging rights for another year. And as Corporal Bibbs, this also came with it, a check for $1,000 to go, I think you said you put in the Family Foundation, I believe, benevolent fund. Excuse me, 1 minute. Okay.
Your
And
3 minutes have
along with
been up,
those
so we're
bragging
already
rights,
letting you go.
as Corporal Bibbs said, when we started all this back in August at a luncheon, said, I don't know what all y'all are talking about. The trophy's coming back home to the police department. So congratulations again. And we are so pleased to be able to get smiles on each of your faces. And we're going to continue to carry on and keep on, as Taylor Swift has said. And I repeat once again, we're going to keep on absolutely crushing it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Congratulations. All right, and Mr. Steed walked out, but before the board meeting started, he wanted to stay long enough for citizens' comments because his compliment was going to go to the utilities department for the work they did. If you recall, he came to us and talked about sewer issues that they had, and very shortly thereafter, those sewer issues were addressed, and he wanted to come compliment the utilities department. So I told him that I would pass it along to Mr. Kemp, and I would also speak, since he was not able to stay long enough. So anyway, good job, and thank you so much. All right, if there are no other for citizen comments. All right, seeing none, we will move on to our public hearings. This is our first public hearing on the adoption of a non-consensual predatory towing ordinance, and that is, I've got the ordinance in front of me here, and so I'm gonna just real briefly go through it. We've got a section of definitions, we've got, towing of trespass vehicles for compensation. The authorization required is a very relevant section. License required just means requirement for a city business permit and coverage, insurance coverage. And then we've got trespass towing of vehicles from private parking lots with signs required. Impoundment or storage is addressed. Establishment of rates for trespass towing. Light-duty vehicle, return of the light-duty vehicle to an owner prior to a tow, and return of the light-duty vehicle to an owner after a tow. Towing notice to the police, enforcement, then violations and penalties. So it's just and this is in our e-packet, it's on our website, so for those who have not read it in its entirety, it is available. So what we will do, generally when we have a public hearing, we provide 15 minutes for each side, and so if you have a spokesperson, it is always helpful because it tends to be somewhat redundant if we're having I got towed, that kind of thing. So if there's someone who's a spokesperson, that's fine. If not, we will provide the timing. Ms. Harden will do that timing, so we'll start off, and this is a new ordinance. I have to say this is nothing we're modifying. This is a new ordinance. So anyone wishing to speak in favor of that in favor of the ordinance, now would be the opportunity. And then after that, we'll offer opportunity to speak against the ordinance. So do we have anyone in favor of speaking? Okay. Yes, Ms. Williams? And we need to know names so that we can have it for the record. So.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Christine Williams, I'm a resident of Ward 1, and here to speak in favor of the draft policy for the, so I'm sorry, it's been a long work day. But Mayor and Board, I just want to say that this is something that I have monitored through the university and through a group of parents that basically come and go across the years and keep up with each other on social media platform. And it's been a very consistent problem for the students at the university who live off campus to have their vehicles towed from their own apartment complexes, sometimes in their own spaces, or if they're visiting other people in apartment complexes. I've seen posts with parents who come to visit their students and they end up getting towed and things like that. And I've watched it, I've paid attention, and it wasn't until recently when it became my own child who was towed that I realized that, okay, now it's personal, but also it really is an unfavorable practice, and it does target the students. My own child was towed from a space that was not marked a visitor space, but it was in the area with all the other visitor spaces in a large dark parking lot behind College View Apartments. And she was towed from, again, from an actual parking space that she was in, not blocking anybody, not parked in a weird manner or anything like that. After she scouted around the parking lot for a while, she found a very small sign that indicated that her vehicle had likely been towed by Apex Towing. She contacted the number on the sign and was told that her vehicle would be at Apex Towing and that she could come get it the next day in their business hours. This was a Friday evening, so we could go Saturday, pick it up during business hours, and she needed to bring $300 cash. And she said, well, I would like my vehicle back now, and they told her that in order for that to occur, it would be an additional $100 cash. So we were looking at $400 to get her vehicle back. Nobody at the complex could tell her anything. I drove back out there the next day, took video coverage of the entire area where she had been parked to look at the signage, which is incredibly poor. The spot that she showed me that she was parked in that was adjacent to an actual visitor space had a very large truck in it at the time, and you could not see the sign. So the more she talked about it with her other friends that live at College View complex, she found out that 3 other people that she's friends with who are also student government students who were over there, the 3 of them that lived there were also towed that same week by Apex Towing from the parking lot of the complex that they live in. And all 4 of these students were quoted different prices in cash to get their vehicles back from Apex Towing. When I went to Apex Towing to retrieve the vehicle that is actually rightfully mine, because it's in mine and my husband's name, I asked questions, and I was told that I was not allowed to ask who owned the company that towed my vehicle, or anything related to the company, that I could deal with the person that was there at the time, or basically deal with nobody. I did get the opportunity to look over my vehicle before I took it with me at that point in time, but I was also told that if any damage, if there was any damage that was evident after we left there and got home and looked over it, that was just tough, because once we drive it off their property, they're no longer responsible for anything that may have occurred to it at the time that they picked it up in the dark. And so it's continued to happen. Again, I've reached out to parents who are out of town, out of state, who have students here on campus at Mississippi State, and I believe that they've been responding. They've stated that they've emailed Ms. Arden and Mayor Spruill, and in a complimentary fashion, they have also indicated that they've gotten really good feedback. So very appreciative. I've read the draft. I think it's a very good policy for us to get into, and it does better protect the citizens of Starkville and the individuals who come to the university who help make Starkville what Starkville actually is, which is a thriving city of more than just local residents. So thank you all.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Anyone else wishing to speak in favor of the ordinance? Yes, sir. Ms. Harden, what have we got timing on?
9 minutes and 58 seconds.
Okay. Mr. Turner?
My name's Adam Turner, Ward 7. Let us try and be as informational as possible to the citizens, because we don't need people want to get into it or fight the police off because their vehicle towed, or either get mad with me or the mayor because they got an ordinance towing people cars. Let us try to be clear on what we're doing, because we still have to remember that they got this open weapon, open carry law with guns.
All right, thank you, Mr. Turner. Just fine, come on, if you would, just so we can hear you and hear your name.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and the board. Ben Sheridan with Apex Towing. I did want to speak kindly on the need.
Are you speaking in favor of the ordinance?
I have things to say on both sides of it. I do think it's
Okay.
an important piece, article that we need. I do think that a lot of the stuff in the proposed ordinance outlined is critical information. I do believe that the people need to be protected to a certain extent in regards to private property towing. There needs to be clear rules and outlines that all the companies need to follow. So I did just want to give my support in favor for the ordinance, although in a few minutes I have some topics I'd like to address within it, but I'll save that for later. But I did want to speak on it, that I do support it, and I think it's necessary.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Let me see if anyone else wishing to speak in favor of the ordinance. Mr. Sheridan, you might as well stay up here, because the next call is for those who wish to speak against the ordinance. Okay, so are you going to be offering suggestions?
Yes,
Is that what you're going to be doing? Okay, and let me say to you before you get started that, one of the things would be probably helpful is if you email those to us, so that we
Yes,
can
ma'am.
consider them as we're looking at it. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I brought copies that if I could
Okay.
pass. In this folder are two documents. One would be proposed changes, and I have cited the page, paragraph, and articles, suggested changes, and we can go over those now. I did prepare a speech. I gave y'all our contact information if there's any further questions for the proposed changes that I did mention, and some of those are mentioned in my speech that I prepared.
I'll hand it.
Here, I got
to you.
two.
You have two? Okay.
Yes, there should be 9.
All right, if you would, I think we're down to probably about 5 minutes, so
Yes, ma'am.
go right ahead.
Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and the Board of Aldermen for taking the time to discuss these important issues at hand. The city of Starkville has made great effort to make this city beautiful and attractive for outsiders to visit. A college town, growing businesses, the amazing murals painted all over, and that's just a few things that come to mind. Private properties are no exception. Their goal is to be full capacity and be able to attract outsiders. So as a parent of a college student, when deciding where to go, the first thing you do is take a tour of the college. The same applies to apartment complexes. When you take a tour, that's the first thing you experience when you get there. It's the parking. If you see vehicles parked in the grass, top of a curb, taking up multiple parking spaces, or you see no parking spaces at all, you're spending too much time looking. This makes for an unpleasant experience before the experience begins. Starkville has a parking deficit, and we're simply providing a needed service by enforcing basic rules and doing it to the best of our ability. Unlike the city, though, the apartment complexes are private, and as private properties, they get to decide their own rules that are most beneficial to them. It's the same as if I come to your home, it's your property, therefore your rules. That's the same for the residents at their apartment complex. It's their responsibility of the residents to convey the simple rules and regulations to all guests. These rules are made aware by the tenants when they move in, when they sign their lease. These rules are nothing short of basic common sense rules. No parking in handicap spaces without proper handicap credentials. This is ADA law. Visitors should park in designated visitor parking areas. These are also first come, first served, unfortunately. This allows each resident to have a general parking space. Allowing visitors to park anywhere takes away from the residents and their ability to have a place to park. We cannot speak about other towing companies and their practices, but at Apex Towing, we believe in being transparent. We abide by all policies and rules, set forth the laws to the best of our ability when doing our job. Because we are specialists in private parking towing, it's our responsibility to be familiar with state laws. To show our transparency, we take multiple photos, often 30 to 50, of each vehicle before we tow it. Once the call is completed, we automatically send the proper We are automatically sent to the property as well as the sheriff's 911 as a copy of the ticket. Our drivers are required to wear body cams at all times. All of our records are also equipped with multiple cameras and DVR recording systems. Are they foolproof? Nothing ever is. We deal with technology on a daily basis, so something expected can happen. But we do believe in accountability and being honest, if or when we do make a mistake, and we respectfully do right by the situation. And we'd ask for that same respectfulness to be reciprocated by the vehicle owners. The cameras are for our protection as well as theirs. Back in 2022, there was a shooting at the Hangout. Because of our driver's body camera footage, it assisted in helping solve that case the same night. Just having our presence on the properties has added the benefit of warding off certain criminal elements with our overnight activity on these properties. With the added bonus of the body cameras, these can help keep residents safe when they walk to or from their vehicles. We are not the local predators, despite what local media might say. We all have families, we all have jobs here to enforce the parking rules set forth by the properties. The rules will vary from property to property. Because it varies, we have extensive notes for each property. Excuse me. Plus, we have open communication policy with properties and management. Mississippi does not have specific statewide maximum rates for non-consensual tows. In the absence of specific regulations for private property towing companies are free to set their own rates without standardized limits. However, locally, the current city rate is $200 for rotation work. The county has approved $300. This increase happened last year after a mandatory meeting with them and all the towing companies. Mississippi Highway Patrol has also approved $300. And all of this is consensual, meaning we have police support and often keys are present. In non-consensual, which is often referred to as PPI, private property impounding, the keys are not available. We do not have on-scene support from officers. The office often deals with angry, disrespectful, uncanny people. People who are looking for excuses not to pay, sometimes to the extent to where the office is taking too much time pulling camera footage. It's a plethora of responsibility that our office deals with on a daily basis and are exclusive to PPI work versus rotation. We don't see that kind of behavior on rotation work. Many towing companies often refuse to do PPI work because of that. Now, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Consumer Price Index, there has been a collective price increase from 2018 to present of 28.96%, and no sign of decreasing. It's unquestionable that prices are going up every year. Example, in 18, when I bought one of my first new wreckers, it was $73,303.
Mr. Sheridan, you're about out of time, or you need to wrap it up real
Yes,
quick,
ma'am.
please.
When I purchased a new truck last year, it was $134,810, not to mention insurance goes up annually. I recently purchased a new truck from Waters this year, just last month, and its ticket price was $164,000. Despite being labeled predators, we try to give back as much as we can for the properties that we tow for. All current DeKalb residents, we offer free roadside services, jump starts, lockouts, and fuel deliveries, plus reduced rates for consensual towing. This service applies within the city limits within reason and even extends to our county complexes.
Okay, that's enough.
My closing paragraph.
Sir?
May I read my closing
All
paragraph?
right, please do. Make it quick, please.
We've even helped clear a main street for the recent special event like the Dog Derby. We're not even on the city rotation. And additionally, if you look into the packets, in 2023, we removed all the flooded vehicles from the block townhome apartments free of charge, just to avoid further damages. All we've done over the year is to adapt to our surroundings. Social media has expressed their opinions, but the facts are we are in compliance. We've gone above and beyond to make sure that we stay within compliance and our knowledge of the business, the cameras, and extensive documentation. No one likes to be towed, but sometimes it's unavoidable necessity. We're roadside heroes, we're parking lot enforcers, and we're first responders. We're Apex Towing. Thank you.
All right.
And that's it.
Okay,
If
that's
you have
fine.
any questions about my proposed changes, I'd be happy to speak with anyone
Well,
in the future about it.
we will be having a second public hearing at the next board meeting, and then in the meantime, the board will have an opportunity to see what you provided, and we'll have another discussion about it. So thank you so
ma'am.
much.
You have a great day.
Anyone else
I just have a comment. It mentioned in this and in what he said that he met with the sheriff's department and Mississippi Highway Patrol, but never included the Starkville Police Department, and that is who actually enforces inside the city limits. So going forward, I would suggest including our police department.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not currently on rotation. We made attempts to get on there, but we're not currently on the city rotation, so I can't attest to anything to do with the city.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Brooks?
Sir, I had one question. Your drivers, are they employees or are they contractors?
They're contract workers.
All right, anyone else? All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, no decision for us tonight. Anyone wish to talk about this any further at this point? All right, seeing none, we will move to the next public hearing, which is consideration under Mississippi Code 21-1911 to determine whether the property located at 310 North Long Street with parcel number 1180-00-063.00 is in such a state of uncleanliness as to be a menace to the public health, safety, and welfare of the community, such that cleanup should occur. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Board. Thank you all for having me today. I am going to present structure under 29-21-1911 for dilapidated use.
We got, is it coming up? Can we get some IT help up here? Please? Just making sure you let me through. All right, there we go.
Perfect. All right. So this is 310 North Long Street, Starkville, Mississippi, 39759. It's gonna be parcel number 1180-00-063.00. The property does belong to Mr. Billy Petty, according to our property link. Photographs were originally, so the investigation really started on September 8th, roughly at 9 o'clock in the morning, where photos were taken. These were just the initial photos taken from the public roadway, noticing that the boarded doors and windows, and then there was wood rot going on at the side porch, along with some missing steps, and then there were some lifted shingles up on the roof as well. So due to these circumstances, I sent out a notice of violation to Mr. Petty on September 8th. Public hearing notice was mailed on September 10th. And then I posted it also on the building itself and here at City Hall. On September 9th, we went ahead and administered an inspection warrant with myself, the building official, Mr. Steve McMullen, and our building inspector, Andrew Rogers, roughly at 10:30 in the morning. Here are a couple different pictures that we took and what we noticed as we did our inspection. So again, we had our boarded doors and windows. There was some wood rot on the south side of the building. There was damage to the fascia and also some more wood rot over on the other side as well. On the north side, we had more wood rot and some peeling paint. Also, the soffit and the fascia were damaged to pretty much all around the building. Some more peeling paint here. Over on the west side is the porch where we have unstable stairs. Some are missing. It was almost, we didn't even attempt to get up on the porch just due to the state that it was in. Inside we had some ceiling damage, and it's hard to see in this picture, but there was essentially when the walls were splitting open. In the living room is a sunken floor, as y'all can kind of tell where the floor sinks in. And then on the northeast section, you can see from the outside, but there is a hole in the bathroom ceiling that through the roof essentially, so you can see from the inside. A reinspection was conducted on the 15th. During that time, there was no change shown in the property. However, there was a ladder, so someone had come out to the property because they had gotten a notice. Due to the ladder being there and us coming close to our board meeting, I went ahead and did another inspection just to see if any property change had occurred, and again, there had been none. So this is the last state that I noticed in with it being similar. Other than that, open the floor to any questions that y'all might have.
Okay, and there is no one living there, correct?
No, no one is living there.
Okay, all right. Mr. McMullen, if you would come on up and help us flesh out this story a little bit. So the gentleman who owns the place is aware of it. He was unable to attend this evening because he had some health issues. And And his son was speaking with Ms. Harden and Mr. McMullen this afternoon, and he couldn't be here because he had to go to work at 5 o'clock. They are aware of the condition of the property, and they have every intention of demolishing it. And I believe, if I'm stating it correctly, they have unofficially, since they're not here to do so, unofficially asked for 3 months in which to do the demo. Did they get the permit? Because you said he was gonna come up and get the permit.
They said soon as, in the morning when I call them to tell them what occurred here, yes, they
Okay,
they
well,
confirmed it
I
ASAP.
all right, I told them, I told Mr. McMullen that we would proceed with it on the agenda for the reasons we always proceed with these on the agenda, because that way we can ensure that those get done. It will be obviously the board's pleasure. We will have a public hearing here in just a moment to go through the proper process, but I wanted to be sure the board was aware of the owner's input into this process. So, thank you so much. All right, anything before I open it for a public hearing? Anyone? All right, I'm gonna open this as a public hearing. This is an opportunity to speak to the matter of 310 North Long Street and the fact that it is being considered under Mississippi Code annotated 21-1911 as a dilapidated property. Anyone wishing to speak either for or against this finding? Mr. Turner?
My name's Alvin Turner. Mr. Petty was in the barber shop before I come to the meeting, and he do not know who to speak to or who to contact, and he do have health problems. But he said that he was looking for someone to tear the structure down, but that's what he left with his life. But he is up in age and have health problem and really don't know who to talk to when it comes to issues like this.
Thank you, Mr. Turner. And Mr. Petty's son was here today, and so that has been addressed. So we have talked about it, and he's aware. I believe, did you talk to Mr. Petty yourself, Ms. Harden?
Mr. McMullen.
Mr. McMullen did.
We
Okay.
spoke to him we had him on speakerphone.
Okay, all right, okay. So he is knowledgeable. All right, I will open it as a public hearing. I did that, didn't I? Sorry. Close back up again. No, do I have anyone else wishing to speak to this matter? Either for or against? Mr. Turner, you threw me off. I was back at citizens' comments. Anyone else wish to speak to this matter, either for or against? All right, seeing none, I will close it as a public hearing. And any remarks or comments from the board? I need a motion. Mr. Vaughn?
Ma'am, what he said, you say give him 3 months, he will have it torn
He
out?
asked for 3 months.
Okay, we'll approve with the 3 months, and then after that,
All right, thank you. And just for information purposes, because we always ask, is it something that can be burned, and it cannot. It's too close to another house. So, so demolition, 3 months being the time frame allowed for him to get it demolished, get a permit and get it demolished?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, okay, so I have a motion from Alderman Vaughn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Alderman Skinner. I heard you first. All right, any other comments? All right. All those in favor, just to be clear, this is to provide 3 months. What's 3 months from today would be, we'll figure that out, whatever that day would be. So, and you won't be here, will you, Ms. Harden? So, we have to worry about it. But we'll get it on the agenda with that. All right, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, thank you so much.
It'll be the first meeting in January, but the son told me that he had someone lined up to demolish it, and he would have it down by the end of, by the holidays.
Well, and that'll be great, so he'll have a little bit of a buffer. All right, that's perfect, thank you so much. All right, moving on, next item, and it's under board business. We have 2 appointments to make to the Starkville Housing Authority. There are 3 applicants, so with that being the case, we have Mr. Bo Bell, I see out in the audience, and Mr. Willie Gillespie, and Ms. Gwen Ware. Oh, there you are, okay, sorry. Thought I had seen you in there. So we have these 3 people who are interested in that position. Mr. Gillespie and Mr. Bell have been there for a term each, I believe, is correct. So if the board would like to hear from all three of the applicants, I think that's probably the appropriate thing to do. Anyone, any differently? All right, Mr. Bell, why don't you start us out?
Thank you all for allowing me to be here and hopefully show my interest in being reappointed. I'm Lauren Bell, lifelong resident of Starkville High graduate, graduate of Mississippi State with a bachelor and master's degree as well. Currently employed at Cadence Bank as community bank president. I think it's important for a couple of reasons that I mentioned them is not only do they allow me to use bank time to help facilitate meetings or functions, but they also encourage it. They do donate a little money to the association, and we also sponsor some housing stuff. I'm one of 2 board HUD certified commissioners, currently serving as board chair, and you know, I've been around, like I said, I think this is actually, I've completed a partial term for somebody that retired, and then I've served 1 full term, so would be certainly
Second full
open
term?
to, so finish up the 2nd term. I do think that my work at at Cadence also allows me to understand budgets and some of the projects that we do. Been around long enough that it is important to understand the roles of each of our local employees, but also understand what HUD expects from the state field level as well as from the national level. So open to any questions that you guys may have.
Any questions of Mr. Bell? Okay. All right, thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate your continued interest.
Appreciate y'all.
Mr. Gillespie?
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
I'm here requesting reappointment. Been on the board for my 2nd term. We've done some great things at the Housing Authority. I think we are on track to do some more great things. I think we've fulfilled in a lot of areas in terms of having housing up to date, having passed scores with NESPIRE in terms of out the grounds. Kind of nervous, so excuse me.
That's okay, don't worry about it.
So let me kind of get to who I am here. I'm a longtime resident of Starkville, Mississippi. Graduated from Starkville High School. Worked at Starkville High School. I coach football at Starkville High School, so I know it's a little different for me being a little nervous right now. But as far as the Housing Authority goes, I mean, we try to have a housing authority that care about the tenants, take care of the tenants. With the HUD regulations now, we have a lot of things that's coming to board, that a lot of changes that's going to happen. And so with HUD and our housing authority, we're trying to stay ahead of the game. We like to include the city as well in terms of appearance of our property and making sure that they presentable to everybody when they come by. And so we just want to be a positive influence to the community. If there's any questions.
Any questions of Mr. Gillespie? All right, thank you, sir. We appreciate
Thank
your
you.
desire to
Thank
be
you.
of continued service. Ms. Ware?
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Aldermen, and City Attorney. First of all, I'd like to thank each one of you all for what you do on a daily basis. I'm Gwendolyn Ware. I'm a member of the 16th Section Missionary Baptist Church of Starkville, Mississippi. I'm a long-time retiree of the Starkville Public School. Started at Maven High School, ended up at Armstrong Middle School, left Armstrong Middle School, went to Diamond Grove Center in Louisville, Mississippi, and then came back to Starkville Public School. The reason why I wrote a letter of interest because it was advertised in the paper, and because of the fact that I enjoy serving the community, and serving the community allows me to get a chance to serve our youth as well as our adults. I was going to say senior citizen. I'm a part of that now. for the older people, I'm an advocate on their part when it comes to people with disabilities. I taught special education, I taught math, but when it came to our children with disabilities, I had a heart for them. I think our Starkville Housing Authority is doing an awesome job. I realized because I was a part of the Prairie Opportunity Board, and I knew then that we, as the board, we only had one employee. So it wasn't about me, it was about the decision of everybody. So if I can be a help to my people in the community, and when I say my people, I mean all people. If I can be a service, that's who I am. My motto, if I can be a service to anybody, then my living will not be in vain. So this is all about me when it comes to my introduction to you all. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Any questions of Ms. Ware? All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate your interest in serving.
You're welcome.
All right, Alderman Vaughn, you serve as the housing, I'm not trying to call you out, so you serve as the Housing Authority representative, so you have a strong working knowledge of the Housing Authority.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I do. Thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you, Sister Gwen. Well, but normally we go back with the one that been serving on those boards. That's what we normally do. And Mayor, I make a motion to go back with the two candidates that have been serving there for the term, and give them continue, because the progress that we're going, things are changing a lot, and they know the system well. And I attend the meeting because I'm the liaison at the Housing Authority.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you. So I have a motion to reappoint Mr. Gillespie and reappoint Mr. Bell. Do I have a second? I have a second from Alderman Brooks. Any further discussion?
Can I add just one
Yes,
thing?
you certainly may.
Mr. Bell mentioned he was HUD certified. As an appraiser, I understand what all's involved in that, and that's impressive to be HUD certified. I understand that because there are a myriad of rules and stuff that you've got to navigate to be able to satisfy that program.
All right, thank you. Anyone, Alderman Sistrum?
And I would just like to say that I appreciate having three good candidates. It's good to see people who are willing to offer their services to the city, and I applaud that. I hope that we will find an opportunity for everybody to provide some service along the way.
All right, thank you. Alderman Ball?
Ms. Well, thank you very much. You had some good comments and you had some good questions. But Mr. Bell, you does a great job. I see you, like Brother Brooks said, you do a lot, and you see a lot by you dealing with those numbers like Alderman Brooks do. You do a great job.
Thank you. All right. Alderman Ball, I'm sorry, Vice Mayor?
Mayor, very briefly, I join in, concur with the honorable budget chair, her comments, and gentleman from 7. We have great applicants, great incumbents who've done a very outstanding job, and Ms. Ware, we appreciate your interest, and just continue to express interest, and we'll see where we go from there. But as the gentleman from 7 said, we generally give great weight to the incumbents, and certainly that does not show any disrespect to your candidacy. So I just wanted to say that to you. So Mayor, I yield. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, I have a motion and a second. No further discussion. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, it is unanimous. Thank you. And thank you again, Ms. Ware. Appreciate your offering your service. Gentlemen, thank you for your service and continued service. So, and we will get letters out to the Housing Authority to let them know that you've been reappointed. Okay? All right. All right, we have a claims docket. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
All right. Alderman Moreland, thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, I heard Alderman Sistrunk. Okay, all those in favor, any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Nay.
All right, motion carries. Thank you. All right, I need a motion to go into executive session to determine the need for, Open session to determine the need for executive session. Thank you, Alderman Vaughn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Alderman Poca. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, we will go into open session to determine the need for executive session. If you would, please clear the room. Thank you, everyone, for attending. We do appreciate your interest in the board and in the actions that we took. The board voted not to go into executive session. We do have an agreed order that we're going to be approving, or that we're approving through MDEQ. So, let me read my work sessions. In accordance with the notices required under Mississippi Code annotated 254113, the board will have a work session on Friday the 17th of October 2025 at 11 a.m. That meeting will be held at City Hall, the second floor conference room located at 110 West Main. Notice should be provided of this work session within 1 hour of the meeting by posting such a notice at City Hall. The notice for the work session should be made part of the minutes of the board meeting. It will be an open public meeting of the City of Starkville, and the public and press are invited to attend. Do I have a motion to recess?
Motion to recess.
Thank you, Alderman Pope. Do I have a second? Second from Alderman Vaughn, I heard down there. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We are in recess. Thank you so much, everyone.